Nintendo Switch 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that it's going to be happening in 2 days. If you're listening to all the reports, Nintendo Switch 2 reveal is coming this Thursday, January 16th, 2025 reveal, focusing on the console itself. Games coming at a later date. This is from Nate the Hate, who is a very, very respectable leaker who's got a lot. Yeah, he is very respected. He's not a bullshitter per se. He's not somebody that just puts stuff out there. He's got a really good track record. This is why so many people picked up on this story, because of the credibility of him. So I guess the question is do you guys think this is actually going to happen? Craig, do you think this is happening?
So I think that if they were to do this on Thursday, they would have announced something today. I think they would have said, hey, we're going to have something on Thursday today to give 2 days of build for it. But so
I can counter that. I can counter that.
Please.
I can counter that. I got to find it. It's in my bookmarks, but it was from the guy that runs Game Explain. He basically said that Nintendo made the announcement the night before from the first Switch. So
really?
Like it was, because the way that they did it, let me see if I can pull up.
Also, do we remember when they were just like randomly one day we're like, hey, everybody, we're making a Zelda movie. Okay, bye. And everybody's like, what the fuck? So
are they going to do a showcase and a live YouTube stream, or are they just going to tweet it out?
It's probably going to be a direct. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So I'm trying to find it, Craig, but go ahead.
Do we have a Nintendo Direct announced already? No.
And that's the thing is like Nintendo, they march by the beat of their own drum. We all understand that. They're not worried about what Sony and Microsoft done. We talked about that a million times on this channel. They make Nintendo games, not video games, right? And they make Nintendo consoles, not video game consoles. That's just what they do, and they do it spectacularly, which is why they can not make $1 for the next 86 years and still have money. Like they kill it. So whenever they announce it, whether it's this Thursday or
here we go, Craig. Here we go, right here. Nintendo announced the Switch reveal at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time the night before the official reveal. If they follow the same timeline this time as the rumored Thursday date, that means they will announce the reveal timing this Wednesday evening. So tomorrow evening, if they follow the same timeline as the Nintendo Switch 1.
So hold on. Looking at that right there. So they announced it at 8:30, and they had the next morning. At 7 a.m. So
it's Nintendo
at 9 a.m. 10 Eastern.
Nintendo, man.
So they gave everybody a 13.5-hour window.
Yes, it's the most Nintendo shit ever.
Yeah,
and so that's. I think that this is going to happen. I did have my doubts at first, but the more and more I'm seeing it, like I'm thinking that it's very possible that they're actually
going to do it during the inauguration.
Right.
But the interesting thing is just like the last one. If you watch the Nintendo Switch 1 reveal, it was focused on hardware. They did show some of the games being played on the TV, but they weren't focused on the games. They were focusing on show. But the difference is like, you don't have a lot of different things to show off about this. This is just an upgraded Switch is what it is. Some would call it a super Switch. But it will be the Nintendo Switch 2. That will be the name.
This is like the worst kept secret ever. Really, at this point.
It is. And I wonder if that's by design, man. You never know with Nintendo. They're absolutely out of control with the way that they go about these things. But yeah, I mean, I think the chances are very good that we're going to get the official reveal. And I think a lot of people are going to be very disappointed because there's not going to be a lot of games. There's not going to be a lot of software. They want to hear Mario Kart 9. They want to hear Mario Odyssey 2.
They have to have retro compatibility. I'm counting on that because the thing I want the most about the Switch 2 is Switch 1 games being played with better performance. So because of the fact that you won't have a lot of new games, they have to do retro compatibility.
I can't see them not doing that because we have on the Switch literally you can just play emulators of the N64 and the Game Boy Advance and all that stuff. I can't see them not having
Wii U games. We have Wii U games being played.
What the Switch would need to do is whatever port that they use for the cartridge that reads the Switch 2 cartridge, it would also need to read the original Switch cartridge.
Yeah, but not only that, I'm also counting of better improved performance for Switch 1 games because, man, it's rough. I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom for the first time now. By the way, fantastic game, awesome game. I'm trying to 100% it. And it's rough watching a game in 2025 falling below 30 frames per second. It's rough, man. I know Nintendo does their own stuff, but I don't care about graphics, but I care about performance. And below 30 frames per second, it's just it's not acceptable.
I think it'll be 60 frames. I don't think it'll be 4K, but it'll be 60 frames.
I don't think it's gonna be 4K, but the rumor is that it's supposed to be better than the current Steam Deck, which is it's pretty significant. The Steam Deck's pretty powerful, so if it's better, if it's slightly better than the Steam Deck, then it's gonna be good. But I still don't know, man. I think Nintendo isn't really known for giving a shit about having really hardcore hardware. They're like, yeah, whatever, it's an upgrade, enjoy it. So.
Yeah, I don't think I think most people don't give a shit about some people will for sure, but the software is what's going to push this. And if they announce Mario Kart 9, maybe not on the reveal, but like if they eventually announce Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 10, they announce a 3D Mario game, whether it's Odyssey 2, Galaxy 3, or something completely new, a remastered Zelda, a new IP, this thing will be a banger on release. It will absolutely be a banger. And I think a Mario Kart 10 or 9 or whatever it's going to be is 100% going to happen.
That Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends Z-A,
Pokemon's going to be huge.
Is going to be huge, and it's going to launch right around the time that the Switch 2 launches. If it's not a launch title, it'll be just a few months after.
Yeah,
I think this is a major moment for Nintendo, not just because it's a new video game console, but it's a mark in their history. And that I feel like I think that they feel that they have perfected the video game console with the Switch because they
think so
everything too. I mean, it's with adding the number to the end of it, making it the Switch 2 and not the Super Switch, saying,
first time ever.
This is how we're doing it, moving ahead. But think about it. What do you really want added to a video game console? You have the ability to play on your TV. You have the ability to play at home. You have the motion controls of your Wii in your hand right now. I mean, what do you really want? Is everything that outside of, I don't know, maybe a visor. They tried that with the Virtual Boy 30 years ago, and that didn't work out very well. And guess what? VR gaming is not what people thought it was going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So they figured it out, and they're saying this is how it's going to be. This is our product moving ahead. This is what you can expect from us. And you know what? Good.
Yeah. And you got to remember, everybody just assumed that the Wii U was going to be a massive success because it was following the Wii. And it turned out to be the biggest failure in Nintendo's history because Nintendo got arrogant and they got complacent. And they didn't realize that the people that bought the Wii were not the people that were going to line up at GameStop at midnight for the Wii U. Most people that bought the Wii were normies that were not like hardcore gamers and things like that. And so Nintendo got very arrogant, very complacent. So they have to stick the landing on this. They don't want to have a Wii U Part 2. I love the Wii U. I thought it was fantastic, but it was a massive failure. Go ahead, Mike.
All I want is the word "super" printed on the front of that.
Horizon, man. It's gonna be.
I don't
Horizon.
give a. It could be awful. Like the console could be absolute shit, and if they call it the Super Switch, I'll buy it.
You know what, Mike, this is what's
going to
happen.
Switch.
Mike, this is what's going to happen. The Switch 2 is going to launch, and then a year later, they're going to announce the Switch 2 Pro, and they're going to call it the Super Switch 2. So both of you motherfuckers are happy.
Look at that.
If Nintendo goes out of their way to make me happy, I'll buy their console.
Hey, we've got Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. Hopefully it's going to be happening this Thursday. We will see. Obviously, we'll be covering it on all of our respective channels. I'll be covering it here. So
Jeremy, if they call it